All right. How's it going? Hopefully it's working right. My name is Starseed Bey. It's been a while since I've been on YouTube. So I'm going to try and start making videos on there more often. But I figured it was important to start talking about this stuff again with as titled lockdown. So what are we looking for with these lockdown things? Like, there's a lot of stuff going on where you can see overseas that I think it's Europe and France, I think, are preparing for lockdowns. So usually what that means is if other countries are locking down, more than likely the United States will be locking down too. Canada has still been locked down for a long time. So what does this mean collectively? What does this mean for your belief, right? This is a key word, belief, right? You know, there's so many things that people believe. There's so many things that people have faith in. There's so much confusion, distortion, what ifs, things of that nature, right? People really don't know what's going on, right? Do I have all the answers? I don't. Do I know what's going on? A little bit. So what's the best thing to do during these what if situations is to be prepared. You know, whether it be, you know, just making sure you're stocked up on stuff. I just was posting something in Facebook, and you know, it's good to have at least a 2-month supply of essentials and food and things like that, right? You don't want to ever have too little, and you don't want to have too much. I think, you know, if you plan ahead, there's plenty of things that you can stabilize yourself in case if there is a perceived lockdown in your area. And what does this mean collectively as a whole, right? You know, I just talked a little bit about beliefs and everything like that. You know, there's so many things going on, right? People's beliefs are overtaking their lives. So much so, like, you know, if you're religious or Christian or whatever, you know, you have the perceived Messiah, Christ perception that he's coming back, right? You know, then we got the New Age perception of, you know, that ETs may come down and things like that, right? You know, there's pieces of truth in religion, there's pieces of truth in New Age, there's pieces of truth that are sprinkled throughout the matrix structure that we live in, right? You know, there's a lot of stuff going on. There's a lot of stuff happening as a whole. You know, every day, you know, we should definitely be thankful for what we have, what we're experiencing, what we're going through. And the most important thing is, you know, is where you're at in your city and in your town. That's what you need to be paying attention to, right? Do we need to be paying attention to the world? We do. Yeah, like I said, you know, there's lockdowns going on as well. But symbolically, you know, these lockdowns are happening for a reason as well. Man, there's just so much you can talk about, you know, and I don't really want to take all you guys' time up, but I think being prepared has definitely been the key. You know, the past couple days, you know, my ears have been ringing like crazy, my stomach's been uneasy, a little bit of anxiety, because I feel, you know, there's something about to take place again, right? You know, there's something going on. There's a change and a shift, a major one happening again. 1 week, and we'll kind of see those changes unfold, right? You know, when it has to do with this election, this perceived election, right? There is something, there's a storm approaching Earth. There's a storm approaching this reality, and we got to be ready for it, right? But don't let these leaders rule over your life. You know, I think that's one of the key things is that these leaders are trying to be leaders instead of listening to the people, taking care of the people, right? We're all equal, right? You can have a title, whatever, you know, a chain of command, whatever, you know, but those are illusions. We're all equal, right? We're all equal. Do some know more than others? Of course. You know, it's a teaching and training thing. It's educating yourself, right? If you're uneducated, you lack knowledge and wisdom, you're not going to know what to do. You won't. That's where people like myself, right, who do the research and who pay attention and are open to all walks of life, we're more balanced to be prepared and help you guys, for those who are not educated, to kind of help you through this transitional phase, right? There's a video I made a long time ago, back in 2012 or 2011, called The Three Earths, right? And it's so very important to realize that we're getting closer to where you're going to be on one of these earths, right? So the three earths is the false earth, is the earth where people have their glooms and dooms, their Bible prophecies and whatever it is. There's that false earth. There is a positive earth, right, which kind of goes into the New Age, the illusion of a positive reality. And then there's a balanced earth, the true earth, right, a balanced earth where you are becoming a crystallized, a Christ-like being, which what Christ was all about, right? The anointing within you. You're becoming a crystal being that is preparing humanity into the next phase, right? That sounds like a fairy tale thing as well, but there's so much of us, so many of us, 10% of us, that are transforming into a new breed or a new state of mind for humanity, right? Man, there's just so much, right? What is reality? What is reality? I think that's the biggest question that people ask, right? We all see one moon, we all see one sun, we all see the same stars. But the key thing is that the realities that we experience is different because of where you live at. Like I said, the town I live in is my physical reality. Nothing outside my town, I don't know what's going on outside my town. If I go into another city, then I get a general idea what's going on because I'm physically there. But if I'm not physically there in another town, I don't know what's going on. You can read stuff, you can watch videos, but you don't really know if that is really reality. So your reality is your town, your reality is your cities, your reality is the people you physically have contact with, you talk to in the physical reality. Anything that's digital, you don't know if it's real, you don't know if it's true. So that's kind of the mindset you got to have, right? That's why there's three earths, because you're on one of those three earths right now. But eventually you're going to be stuck on one of those earths. So that's where you're going to have to see where you're at, right? See if your beliefs overtake who you are. Overtake who you are. Are you your beliefs? Or are you your true self? And what is your true self, right? Your true self is going to be your soul. Your soul is your true you, right? This physical meat suit that I always talk about is your vehicle. This is your vehicle that harnesses your soul. So like when you're driving a car, you're sitting in your car, you're driving your car. Well, your body is the soul of your car. So your soul is driving this meat suit here, right? And I just froze. No. Okay, there we go. All right, so I'm going to have to cut this short because now I'm starting to freeze. Audio should be good, but I'm starting to freeze in and out here. So as a whole, just realize, your soul is driving this meat suit. So this meat suit is not you. This is not you, right? I have an identity, Adam, Starseed Bey. That's my identity for my vehicle, but it's not me, right? So you gotta, when you go through meditation, when you're looking and exploring yourself, which is what Christ was all about, going within you, discovering the kingdom of heaven within you, discovering a personal relationship with the Creator within you, right? Creator, the I am within you. You begin to unlock who you are. You begin to untrap your soul that is imprisoned within your vehicle because you have amnesia. You don't know who you are. You don't know who you are. So reality creates you, it morphs you, it shapes you, you get choices, you either choose the personas that the world gives you, or if you get the right keys, you begin to unlock yourself away from the matrix and begin to start morphing back into who you are, which is your soul. Your soul is attached to a soul matrix, which is attached to millions of other beings on this planet, on other planets, etc., etc., etc. And the only way you can discover that is in here through meditation and what your truths are, right? Because there's no way, shape, or form, right? And I'm being very firm with this. There's no way, shape, or form to prove your identity within your soul. There's not. All we can do is share what we experience, share what we encounter, and share the truths that unfold within us. And that's it. That is authenticity right there, right? And like I said, I read the Bible daily. I do research and things like that, right? I was born and raised in a Christian home. That is my foundation, right? Christ and the Creator has worked for me in balancing out my life. And it has continued to be a structure that works for me, right? So we kind of have to look for that spiritual structure that helps us unlock who we are, the potential of who we are, right? Because that's what Christ was about, was unlocking our souls and saving ourselves from ourselves. Saving ourselves from ourselves, because we have a cell that we're trapped in because of the matrix structure. This matrix structure, this earth we live in, right, was hacked. And it's a learning school. It is a school that has been abused, and whatever it is, sorcery involved, right? Magic and sorcery, things of that nature have entrapped this planet, this prison planet. And a lot of us are here to help get you out of this prison planet. And there is so much more I want to talk about, and I definitely need to talk about that a little more. That there is something, there is an it that traps people here, a God, a force that tries to keep you here, right? It's talked about in the Bible. I'm trying to find the right words without scaring people, right? And it's just something that you just learn to discover. But at the end of the day, like I said, I read the Bible daily, I research it, right? I have a strong foundation with Christ and the Creator. It throws people off every time because of how I talk with people. But I think it's important to realize you're not your beliefs, right? If you're quoting every single scripture in the Bible and things like that, that is not your identity. That is you creating an identity through a book, promoting a book and its identity. It is in it. A book is in it. It is in identity. So as you are in identity. This vehicle is in it, an identity, but it's not you. Your soul is the true you. And it's really hard to explain and knock yourself into that mindset, right? Because so many people see this every day. They wake up every morning and see this vehicle every day, assuming that that is their identity, that is them. But it's a vehicle. It is a suit. And that's what we got to be looking for as we're going through all these changes, these lockdowns, right? These lockdowns are designed to help you go within yourself, to gain back your spiritual awareness and to unlock your soul, right? To get on a personal level with the Creator, right? To get on a personal path through prayer and meditation, right? And through meditation, soul travel, you're going to have a guide to help you, right? Christ is my guide because that's what I was born and raised with. And your guide might be different, but depending on your perception, your viewpoint. It could be an ET, it could be an animal, it could be your great-grandma, your great-granddad, Jesus Christ, whoever it may be. There's going to be a spiritual guide to help you through your deep meditations and your prayers as well. So we just got to be very open-minded on what this stuff is. Not what we presume it is, but what we experience and self-discover, right? I take everything with a grain of salt, especially when you go through meditation, because that is the realm of illusions, the realm of creation, the realm of manifestation, and a lot of it is just real to you. It's not real to other people, but it's real to you. And we got to have a real mindset when we are in meditation, when we are in spiritual encounters in the spiritual realms. It's real to us, right? I see portals and stargates when I'm working. I see blue all over the place. I see energy currents. I don't see people. I see their energy conduits. I see energy attachments on people. That's what I see. Other people don't see that. There is some people that share their testimonies of it, but they don't see it. So we got to be very realistic when we see these things, because not everybody sees these, right? It's real to me. It may not be real to you, but there's something going on. There's something taking place, and energetically, we have a strong presence in the ethers, right? Not a lot of people talk about the ethers, but that is our surrounding life force, is the ethers. Everywhere. Everything is alive. It's the ethers, the dark matter that surrounds reality. And especially when we go to sleep, we play around in the ethers and we create positivity, negativity, balance. We fix problems, create solutions in the ethers as we sleep. And when you're awake, you can do the exact same thing. Like I said, when I see everything that is blue tinted, I see energy currents and things like that, I can fix those based upon my perception and how I see things, right? Is it real? Is it true? It's real to me. It's real to me. So, and with so many testimonies, there is a connection there that something is taking place. We do have ability and authority to help generate change within the ethers, because that's what we're looking for. We're changing the ethers. We're not changing this solid materialistic realm, but we're changing what is beyond this realm, right? Beyond the veil. Beyond the veil that not everybody sees. So as we're going through these changes, like I said, within the next week, we're going to pretty much see where things are going. Just be prepared. Listen to your stomach, listen to your heart, listen to the inner voice. If you hear the be prepared, just make sure you're stocked up on food and essentials. 2 months worth is good. And just listen. Pay attention to your surroundings, your physical reality, your town, your city, and nothing else. Nothing else. You can listen to what's going on in the world, but just pay attention to your city and town, because you are a guardian and a protector of your city and town. You don't realize it, but you are. If you're watching me, then you have some kind of spiritual experience, a spiritual calling, that you're there for a reason. You're awakening. You care about people. You love people. You want what's best for people, for your neighbors and people in your town. You want to see the best for them. So we're kind of that guiding point for those towns and cities if they need help and assistance and things like that as well. So I can keep talking forever. Hopefully this stuff makes sense to you guys. I try to be very realistic and honest about these things, because not many people are, right? People love to share their personal encounters, but they don't give it a realistic perception of, hey, this is what I'm experiencing. You may not experience it, but what you do experience is real to you, and we got to just start putting the pieces of the puzzle together instead of making it a belief or like I said, a book, a Bible, right? Allowing a Bible and it to control your reality when you are the life force and source, the book of life, right? Each one of us is a book of life, and we are writing a book right now, right? We're writing a book in existence. It's self-awareness. I don't know how else to really say it, right? You're important. You matter. You're nothing small. You're not a sinful creature, right? This mindset that you're born into, this matrix structure, yeah, that makes you a creature because you're part of the world. But once you start to unlock yourself away from the world and get your soul out of that cell that is within you, once you unlock your soul, then you begin to birth who you are, right? It's a rebirthing of who you are, remembering who you are. You're not this meat suit. You have never been this meat suit, ever. And we start learning about soul matrices and all the souls that you're attached to in that soul matrix. There's an infinite potential of like what's it called? What am I looking for? I can't think of what it's called. But there's a built-in library within you. I can't think of what it's called, but there's a built-in library that you can go into through meditation to read up on your soul history and what you're attached to. So say, I've been a Lyran cat being many times. I've been an Arcturian being many times, right? And it doesn't mean that it is a past life or a future life. It just means that my soul matrix is attached to these other soul matrices, and that library is within that soul matrix. So you can go into that library and read up on what your soul matrix is attached to, right? It gets very complicated. I still can't think what it's called, but for those who are into the New Age, you know what I'm talking about. The Akashi Records. There we go. I knew I was going to remember it. The Akashi Records is what it's called. But it's a built-in library, and that library is attached to that soul matrix that you're attached to. So you can have like 100 souls on this planet Earth right now, and we're all linked together. So like 100 friends. If you have 100 friends, you're more than likely probably all connected to that soul matrix. And we're all experiencing something different to collectively collect into that soul matrix, to help develop creation. It gets really deep as well, so it gets a little too complex. We don't need to be worrying about that right now. It's just making sure you wake up, unlock your soul, so you don't think you're this meat suit, and then you're like, oh my gosh, I'm going to die. This meat suit will go away eventually, but you'll continue on your soul matrix. But the goal is to become a Christ crystal being, so you can morph this being as well. And that's something I'm still doing research on. Don't know if it's real or true, but the stuff I experience makes it real. There's stuff going on. I can feel it in my body. There's stuff going on. Can't prove it yet. I'm still trying to figure out how to do that. But I definitely have some people I've been watching and friends that are looking into the very same thing, because we want to bring this stuff into a realistic perception. We want proof of the transformations that are taking place within us. We want proof that we can actually do energy work and that we are making a difference. We want proof. We want to show you guys. We want to show you guys the energy currents that are surrounding us. We want to show you guys what the ethers look like. We want to show you guys the beings that surround us every day, right? I could have 10 people in this room right now, right? Physically, it's just me and my son. But, I could have 10 other beings here walking through these walls all over the place. But the only way we can show you that is if there's proof to show you that, right? And that goes into red vision goggles. There's another night vision that has to do with red vision, and you can see a lot more, which makes you be more aware of these portals and stargates and beings that you can't see with these physical eyes, but it's happening. And we got to bring that into reality. We got to show you guys that this stuff is going on. Because otherwise, it's just us talking, right? We could talk all day long about this stuff, these imaginations and illusions, all we want, but we got to bring it and make it real, right? We got to make it real. And that's my goal, is to show you that this stuff is real. I'll not make believe and out of belief and things like that, but really break down to what reality is and what's going on as well. So I'm talking a lot because there's a lot to talk about. So hopefully stuff makes sense. Please love yourself. Keep shining bright. Be prepared. Like I said, in a week we'll find out what's going on, where the world is heading into. Never fear. Live in love, honor and respect. Right? Love, honor, respect yourself first. Love, honor, and respect others next, because you can't love, honor, and respect others if you don't love, honor, and respect yourself. And that's real talk. So, again, I could talk forever. So, love yourself. Keep shining bright. I'll talk to y'all later.